Hello and welcome back to Cinematic Universe, everyone. My name is Ernesto Martinez. Joining me, as always, from Planet Thanagar, Damon the Hawkman. Hawk, how are you?
I am good.
Sorry, everybody, for not uploading an episode review of Supergirl for the last 2 weeks. I went to Miami for a week, and we both have pretty busy lives.
It's true. It's true. Being a bicoastal duo is kind of problematic from time to time.
Yeah.
So we apologize, but we're happy to be back.
Yep. And if you not interested in our episode anymore, that's okay. We're not going to force you, but we will be there for you. And trust me, if I had a chance to move into Davin's house, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, man. We would be kicking ass with all the food options.
Oh yeah, I'll be the tester and I'll tell them if it approves or not. Our first episode of the last two ones that we have to catch up on is The Darkest Place. This, based on the promotion, was the episode that I've been waiting for since season one. Why is that? Because since season one, I've been waiting patiently for Cyborg Superman. And we got Cyborg Superman. Damon knows, and everybody who watched my reviews knows that I've been, salivating at the idea that Kara's father is going to come back, and when he comes back, he's going to be Cyborg Superman, because why else would you get Dean Cain on your show if not for Cyborg Superman? And then we got the episode, and maybe I built it up too much in my head, and I have proof. You can check the previous season reviews. But I built.
Jack, I was there. He totally said it.
Yeah, I built it up so much in my head that I'm just like, oh my god, 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 Cyborg Superman! Unfortunately, I was left disappointed, but it was still a serviceable episode. So the original Hank Henshaw is alive and well, and he has proclaimed himself Cyborg Superman.
It didn't even occur to me that the original Hank Henshaw would still be alive. That wasn't even something that was in my brain. You had so, built up the idea in my mind that Dean Cain would end up. I mean, I just assumed that that Ernesto had some kind of magical TV superhero power that allowed him to know when things were going to happen, because he totally called Martian Manhunter last season, which I still I think is the greatest thing ever. Yeah, that was surprising to me. And I think it's really cool that the show can do things like that still surprise me.
Yeah. So when I saw the promo and you saw the actor who plays Henshaw and Martian Manhunter, David Harewood, when you saw the promo of him fighting Supergirl in the hallway, I figured that at this point it's not a spoiler because everybody's already seen the episode, but I figured that after the blood transfusion from Miss Martian, who we all know is a white Martian, after the blood transfusion, I figured that he was losing his mind and Supergirl was coming in there to, set him straight. Because he has been losing his mind and he was behaving very aggressively. And I figure, oh, well, okay, we're about to have a showdown between a Martian Manhunter and a Kryptonian. And when they do have the showdown and it's revealed that he is Cyborg Superman, I'm like, oh, okay. And here's why. I love the idea that they actually went through with Cyborg Superman. We have a Cyborg Superman on TV, as real as we've had now twice Metallo on TV in live action form. The thing is, and it might just be me, the reveal, especially when he calls himself Cyborg Superman, just felt a little off to me. Like, okay, we get you the cyborg, but not the Superman part.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. I mean, in the comics, he's called the Cyborg Superman because he's a cyborg and he's wearing a Superman costume. So that totally made sense. I mean, because you have the Superboy, you have the Man of Steel, you have the Eradicator, and you've got the Cyborg Superman. I mean, all of them have a reason for being called what they're called. But for him to declare himself the Cyborg Superman, it's a little baffling, other than, fan service.
Yeah, because we know he was created by Cadmus. And
Yep.
the only way that, and they haven't even talked about it in the show, the only way that I would have accepted that he was calling himself Cyborg Superman is because he was programmed to be Cyborg Superman. And the only way that that could work is if they unveil him to save people from a crisis before Supergirl does it, and for him to go to the public and in front of the camera say, I am Cyborg Superman. I am here to oppose any threat. I work for Cadmus. And then he takes off and leaves. That would have been a better reveal.
Yeah.
Just see, David Harewood dressed in a literal Superman costume, saving some lives in National City. And he calls himself Cyborg Superman, and then he leaves. And then we have the showdown.
Yeah, and doing it as, I am a human being. I'm not an alien. This is what Cadmus is promoting. They're promoting distrust and fear of all aliens. So this guy dressing as a human, albeit cyborg, but a human version of Superman would actually make a lot of sense and would further their agenda if he were doing, the good guy thing.
Exactly. So, missed opportunity. But at the same time, the show is still doing the best it can, and that's all I can ask for it. So, while not my favorite episode so far in the season, I can't complain from the idea that we do get Cyborg Superman. So hopefully, and we'll touch upon it in the next episode review as well, but hopefully he still becomes a major key player this season until the finale.
And it's always good because we get more David Harewood, who's always good.
I love David Harewood.
I'm just really digging this guy.
Yeah, I love David Harewood. I can't recall the last time I saw him in something, but
it was probably Homeland.
Oh yeah, Homeland. Yeah, but it's like, man, this guy has a certain charm to him that I just can't look away. He has to be on screen as much as possible.
I totally agree.
So, and that was one of the reasons why when he was cast at Hank Henshaw, even before we got season 1, a lot of people were complaining about, oh, why'd you cast a black man as Cyborg Superman and stuff like that. And the first thing that came to my mind, just like, it's Cyborg Superman. He's a cyborg. He has no ethnicity. And we talked about this last time, that they could have like cast a black Superman and a black Supergirl and just call it Earth 9 and take it from there. Hell, and we were talking off screen before doing this review. We're talking about the CW crossover with Legends, Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl, and they mentioned that Supergirl embodies Earth 38. Come on, multiverse people, multiverse.
That's right.
But anywho, why is Supergirl finding herself in trouble with Cyborg Superman? Well, the episode before saw Mon-El getting kidnapped by Cadmus, and Supergirl goes there to save him, only to get caught herself after going one-on-one with Cyborg Superman. Also, I'm gonna ask this: at any point, was this episode the first time that we mentioned Nth Metal?
I was trying to think about that myself because they severely downplayed the Nth Metal connection to the Hawks last year in Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. They even downplayed Thanagar, and the whole Hawkman and Hawkgirl's wings just sprout spontaneously from their bodies when they decide that they're going to be in fighting mode. That Nth Metal wasn't really ever discussed. I think this may be the first time that we've really had it thrown in our faces like that. So that was kind of nice, but I feel like we should have heard this term earlier.
Yeah, because both Supergirl and Mon-El are imprisoned by Cadmus, and when she tries to break free, Mon-El tells her, "No use. It's nth metal. It's not gonna break." And it took me out because I'm just like, wait, you're just gonna say nth metal and not discuss that you just mentioned nth metal? I would have believed it more if it was Metallo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so furthermore in the series, the reason why they have Mon-El is because he was bait in order to capture Supergirl, so that they can absorb her energy and at the same time, after absorbing her energy, make her weak enough for them to penetrate her skin and draw blood from her. Why do they want to draw blood from her? Because
That's
they
a
want
very
to.
interesting question.
Yeah. Do you want to answer this question?
No, I'm going to let you handle it.
They want to access the Fortress of Solitude. Why? Well, it has to do something with the next episode, but they do end up accessing the Fortress of Solitude, which, again, another nitpick I have is like, really, all it takes is a drop of blood to activate the whole thing. So, from a handprint to a drop of blood, man, that security system has a way to activate itself.
Yeah, that was relatively easy. Hey, intruder, blood. Oh, hey,
You must be Kryptonian.
Zor-El, what's going on?
Yeah, you must be Kryptonian. I say this because you seem to be bleeding Kryptonian blood.
Yeah, we're not going to offer you a Band-Aid or anything.
But welcome to the Fortress of Solitude. He who should not be existing. Yeah. Other things that happened in this episode. Dean Cain. He's alive.
Yes, Jeremiah Danvers is still alive. Jeremiah Danvers actually helped Kara and Mon-El escape and chose to hang back so that they could make their escape. So Jeremiah Danvers is still being held by Cadmus, although he seems to be not so much being held by them as maybe he's staying there voluntarily. Did you get that feeling? Did it seem like he was able to move around a little more freely than, say, somebody who was actively being held prisoner?
Yeah, because first of all, I don't buy it for a second that they wouldn't have known who was breaking them out. So, number one. And number two, he was disguising himself the whole time, which makes me believe that either he's hiding in plain sight or he's not really captured. He has freedom, but not really. I don't know. He was just there and then he disappeared. And I'm like, wait, so are you captured or not?
Yeah, that was unclear to me. And there's a couple of different things. One specifically that could answer that question. He might be there voluntarily under the understanding that they're not allowed to touch Kara or Alex. But if that's the case, they kind of kidnapped Kara, so that doesn't really hold up. So I'm trying to come up with ideas here, and I don't really know. It's probably something that's very simple that I just haven't thought of yet. So if anybody has any ideas about that, feel free to comment.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And two more things happen this episode. While Kara's trying to save Mon-El and getting her ass kicked by a cyborg, we have Jimmy Olsen trying to clear his name as a murderer from another person who wants to be a vigilante in National City. Because he's still Guardian, but there's another person out there who's killing all the people he arrests with a machine gun, and yet the people who are labeling Guardian a murderer can't tell the difference between somebody who uses a shield and beats people up with somebody who uses a machine gun.
Right. At no point has he ever had a gun on him.
And even Snapper Carr, who makes it a point to check your sources, check your facts, make sure you come back to me with something credible, he's running with the story because, oh, well, it's front page news.
Yeah, he's got a very, very twisted sense of fact checking.
Yeah, so they have that little subplot, which it works itself out, but at the same time, I'm just like, this was totally unnecessary, but they needed to give Jimmy Olsen something to do.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to let Alex in on the secret.
Mm-hmm.
So when Kara does finally find out, she can be mad at Winn and James and Alex for keeping this from her.
And Alex also has her subplot with, Maggie Sawyer.
Yep.
She's not too happy because, she came out to Maggie and then Maggie turned her down. And now she feels like, I poured myself in front of you and you turned me away.
I feel that. I totally feel that.
Oh yeah, and I totally feel it too. I feel like one of the strongest elements of the episode, because the previous episode, when she came out to her sister, that was a powerful shit for them.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed the episode 4 because it was well written, well acted, and I actually felt, I felt bad and at the same time happy for Alex. And then when it comes with Maggie, I'm just like, yeah, you better yell at Maggie because she led you on. As much as I love Maggie Sawyer, she led you on. Of course, you don't have to take shit from her. Send her to hell. Fuck her. I'm on Alex's side. I'll wave the rainbow flag behind you all the way.
Good man. Good man.
Hey, man. Good characters deserve all the support.
Indeed.
So, yeah, that's pretty much The Darkest Place in a nutshell. Did I leave anything out? Because I'm playing from memory here.
I feel like I watched both of these episodes back to back, but I know I didn't. Was there a place in this particular...
Oh, the bar. Everybody's just hanging out at the bar freely, the alien bar.
Yeah, that was cool. But what I'm thinking of specifically was Kara and Alex's mother in this episode?
No, it was Medusa. It was Medusa.
Okay, Medusa. Okay, all right. So we'll talk about that.
Oh wait,
next.
I believe John Jones and Miss Martian had a fight in this episode because he found out he's infected by white Martian blood.
Right.
And she tells him that you're changing and there's nothing that can stop it.
Right.
And they both have a brawl, which was amazing.
That was pretty cool.
I'm just like, God damn, John is coming after her.
Yep. But I think we can chalk a little bit of that up to the white Martian blood influence.
Yeah.
The thing that's so interesting to me, is that they are seriously playing up this, if you have this white Martian blood, you're going to become a white Martian, and he's so worried that it's going to turn him into this cold-blooded killer. But at the same time, we've got Miss Martian, Mehcad,
mm-hmm.
who is a white Martian and is not that way. And it's a choice that she made. It's a choice that she said, I'm not going to kill these people. I'm going to walk away from that. So clearly there's a choice that can be made. So even if Jean did become a white Martian, he would still have shape-shifting abilities and he would still be Jean, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really understand.
I think it's a case of identity, and at the same time, him becoming the one thing that destroyed his entire race.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He just doesn't want to walk in the same shoes as the same creature that was responsible for pretty much destroying all life on Mars.
Fair.
And I can understand that wholeheartedly. So hopefully that's something that can develop further, because, and I'm throwing this out there, the last episode we had with Linda Carter as the president of the U.S., we saw her eye twinkle, which makes me believe she's an alien undercover, which makes me think that she's a white Martian, which makes me think that the next crossover for the DCW is going to be the white Martian invasion.
That would be very cool. That would be very cool.
I can only hope. I mean, 0 for 2, right?
No. Not 0 for 2.
1 for 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Or 2 for 1, hopefully. Because so far I'm 1 and 1. Oh man, well that's our review for Supergirl episode 7, The Darkest Place. Thank you so much for joining me, Damon.
Oh, it was a pleasure, sir. I'm glad we could finally make it happen.
Of course, and everybody else who's listening, thank you for joining us. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at MartinezXYZ, and you can find my Facebook page at Cinematic Universe Ultimate. And yeah, bye bye, guys.
Bye, guys.